All right, should be live. Okay, 1 second. Hakim, Shalom, Shalom.
Yeah, we good.
It's good. All right. All right. All right. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Man,
Hold on, matter of fact, let me check the audio on my phone. All right, we'll say we good.
Good. All right, Con. Yeah. Hey, we the brothers out here in GMS Southwest Florida, here in the Fort Myers area. Back at you again with another live lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And of course, before we begin, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory that's due unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Racha Kodash. Also would like to give double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Salute to you brothers out there pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. And to the rest of the elect out there, shalom to you as well, you brothers and you sisters listening and learning. May Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatam. All right, because we are entering into basically, the final moments of this wicked kingdom. All right, and we're watching pretty much, everyday Americans, bug out. We were talking about it at camp. Matter of fact, on Saturday, we were watching just regular Americans just basically lose their minds because of whatever the case may be. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe they raised their rent. Okay, the price of everyday goods is going up. There's no sign of it going back down. Okay, but one thing we've been seeing a lot lately is supermarkets closing, restaurants closing. Okay, things of that nature. Businesses in general. Okay, whether they be we call mom and pop businesses or actually established businesses that's been around for decades. All right, I know in my town, okay, there was a bunch of stores that have been around for as long as I can remember, and then you start to see them just close their doors, shut on down. It ain't no more business in Babylon, man. Okay, right. There ain't no more the malls. The mall out here where I stay at, man, that's just been desolate for the past 10 years. It's still open, but it's like it's just hanging on by a thread. Like people just going there to walk laps around that bitch. Ain't barely any stores in that mofo, man. Okay, and I know that's the same case in pretty much damn near every market in America. You got a mall. The only thing that's really open is maybe the food court. You might got 2 like Asian stores open up, a pizza spot, and that's it. Okay, nobody really is frequenting the malls or anything like that anymore. So all the stuff is just closing down, man. It's sad to see, but we look at it like okay, well, this is a big sign to pretty much the next phase of prophecy going into the famine. All right, because when you read the scriptures pretty much warn the reader that there's going to be a huge famine in the last days. Damn near every book you go into, it talks about a famine. All right, and we haven't experienced the famine yet here in America, so we know that it's imminent. We know that it's coming, and we see everything basically stacked up for that famine to take place. Okay, the closing of all these stores. All right, the hyperinflation, or it's only inflation right now, but soon they're going to turn into hyperinflation. Okay, everyone losing their jobs. Okay, hey, resources are going to be scarce. So what do you think? How you think people are going to react? They're gonna wild out. We will get some of these scriptures, but brother, what if you have that scripture, you can bring that one out.
Hey, I had a precept I wanted to get real quick because you had mentioned the stores closing and stuff, and the malls being, basically ghost towns nowadays.
Yep.
This is the book of you could go into it. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few."
Yeah, and the keepers of the house goes into like these economic analysis analysts. Okay, these I forget what you call them. But these pundits, they watch the markets. Okay, they're trembling. Okay, because they see what's happening to America. Okay, and a lot of them, they try to warn they try to warn people, you gotta vote this, you gotta do this, because you vote this person, then he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that. And so now they're watching the place just completely crumble. They know it's nothing they can do about it. So the keepers of the houses, they trembling. Read that all again, Bubba Show.
Yep. Ecclesiastes 12:3, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Mm-hmm.
And
Grinders,
those, yep, so like,
going into the workers. All right. You hear in the morning early, you'll hear the millstone grinding. Okay. Well, here nowadays, you hear what, garbage trucks out there, mailman, whatever, people construction working. Okay. Soon all of that's going to start ceasing. Okay. Go ahead.
it says, and those that look out of the window are be darkened.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Yeah, so that grinding is ceasing. All right, work is ceasing for Babylon. All right, just average everyday person, man. And you have a job. You've been working there for maybe a few years or so. I'd stay there basically.
Yeah.
Because the future's uncertain. All right, things are just shutting down, closing up. Okay, the grinding is ceasing, man. Jobs are being overtaken by artificial intelligence, foreigners. Okay, the trucking industry, everybody's that's becoming a joke, because you have a bunch of foreigners that are taking over, trucking industry, and they crashing the trucks and doing all types of stuff with it. They can't even read the signs. Okay, it's a big mess out here. Okay, so they're using that to, we need to stop this. We need to figure out something else out for that. So you're gonna start bringing in the Tesla Cybertrucks, and not the Cybertrucks, but the Tesla semis and all that stuff. These things are all on the horizon to take your jobs. Okay, again, on top of that, the whole dollar situation inflating. What's that gonna tell for you ever? What's that mean for you everyday Americans, man? It's like the government don't need you. Society don't need you. All right. One of the apostles was saying, I forget which one it was, regarding the middle. Oh, it was Apostle Tahar, basically saying there is no more middle class. I mean, there's maybe a small remnant of the middle class, but it's not the majority like it used to be. Okay, the working class. Okay, you basically have the upper rich class, and then you have the lower class. Okay, the poor poverty class. You have the upper lower class. You have the lower poverty class. It's all, everybody's struggling. Okay, and it's the we call what was the last part, the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, the entertainment is sour. Okay, everything is just the whole vibe here in America is just bad. Okay, music is bad. The entertainment is bad. Okay, and what, you want to go to a football game or baseball? That shit gonna cost thousands of dollars, man. Hundreds, at the very least, hundreds of dollars. And the average Jake don't got that, But average Jake needs to go out somewhere and enjoy his life somewhere. He needs to go out and can't just stay at home all day, go to work, come home, go to work, go home. Nah, they want to spend some money, but you try to spend money in this place and you ain't gonna be happy. You're not gonna be satisfied. So people, you got it, brothers.
Dude, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the second Ezra 6. This is second Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Khan. Suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Okay, and we're seeing that. We're seeing things just become abandoned.
Yeah.
All around here, Fort Myers, where I'm staying at right now. Okay, you go up to Tampa, I'm sure in Miami. Okay, all over Florida, we're watching it. Huge stores just closing. Or like I mentioned the malls earlier, Macy's. You're lucky to find a Macy's. You're only going to find a Macy's probably in like the city.
Right.
All right, but you used to be able to find those kind of stores in pretty much every smaller city, every pretty much town, anywhere they had a mall. Okay, but they shut all that stuff down. All right. Winn Dixies, they're closing all the Winn Dixies down. They turning them into Aldi's.
Yeah, all
Okay.
of those fast food joints are being shut down, man. A whole bunch of food joints are just being taken out the way, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They be found to have rats in them, so the health inspector will come and shut it down. Then you see that place just closed and never come back.
Well, shit. Yeah, that's one reason. But as of late, they've been shutting them shits down because the CEOs and shit has projected the cost of keeping them shits open to be too significant, man.
Look at that.
All right, with the cost of everything rising and shit like that, you know how these upper Edomites are, man. Everything's about the shekel for them. So if they see they're gonna take a hit, then it's time to cut costs. I mean, cut that loss.
Mm-hmm.
So
they'll shut down like 100 stores.
Yeah, 100 stores. I forget which fast food. Popeyes. Popeyes. I think Popeyes was gonna close by like 200 some odd locations. When Walgreens were going to close a couple of hundred locations, man.
They got Chipotle may have been one of them. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the few of them come to mind. Wendy's was one. Wendy's was one of the big ones this past couple of months. They closing a whole bunch of their fast food stores. Subway was another one, and Subway I think had the most fast food stores all throughout the world, or all throughout America at the very least. All right, other than McDonald's, Subway was one of the big ones, but they closed hundreds of those, a bunch of Wendy's, and a whole bunch of other stores too, man. And you're gonna see more of that as we get closer and closer to the climax of this, this downfall. Okay, and these aren't just like, oh, I can't get a burger or I can't get a sandwich or whatever. No, people work at these places.
Yeah, okay. It's about work. Forget food. It's about the people that depend on these jobs for a living. Which GOP was talking about how they want to start taxing anybody who's making by 2031. They trying to get it in law. Anybody making 15K or less a year, they're gonna tax them 74%. So when you think about it, you look at it, these devils are really putting a real squeeze on the average Babylonians for one purpose, man. All right, they're causing the problem and they're gonna bring the solution. The solution is going to end up being we know there's no work out here. You can come work for the government, and here's this chip so we can monitor you and pay you out. They're gonna hit these niggas with all type of shit. You get a direct deposit 5 days early. This shit, you know what I'm saying? You won't have to worry about missing the bill. Will automatically deduct it. And if you just can't happen to find a job where you can get universal basic income, man, UBI. That's what they're trying to push towards, man.
Yeah, it says this is Google AI overview. It says based on 2025-2026 tax projections, proposals from the GOP and Trump administration could see individuals earning less than $15,000 annually face a significant tax increase, potentially rising by over 50% to 74% due to expiring tax provisions. All right, and you're not supposed to tax the poor. That's poverty level. You making $15,000 a year? That's poverty levels. Okay, they need every single penny that they make. All right, so a tax increase would be, that's damn near criminal, man. Okay, but we know the GOP, that's pretty much the party that gives tax breaks to the rich. Yeah, the petitions. Okay, but yeah, you got it back.
See, really, that was a point, verse 22.
Okay.
We read again, or
read one more time, Slacky.
Come. 2 Ezra 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Yeah, that's right. The full storehouses shall soon be found empty. Okay, especially when the time comes where it's complete chaos out here because we talk about stores closing, but the stores that are still open, when shit hits the fan, what do you think the first thing that people are gonna do? They're gonna go to those stores and they're gonna raid them and loot them for whatever they have left. And we understand that maybe these stores have around 3 days worth of food in there. Okay, well that's gonna prove to be untrue, once the shit hits the fan. Okay, we seen World War Z and how people handle situations like that. They just loot. Okay, they just take because they're afraid. Okay, they're not trying to share with their neighbor. They're trying to get as much as they can for themselves and their families. Okay, and so they'll take excess. We saw that during the Pandizi. All right, they said you could only buy 2 cans of tuna, but people will keep going back in and buying more and buying more and buying more. Okay,
1 gallon of water per
house.
Yeah, per house.
Yeah, right. You think they're gonna go buy 1 gallon of water? They're gonna go outside for 10 minutes and go back and buy another one. At least that's what I would do.
Or they'll send somebody else inside.
Send somebody else inside, put a fucking mask on, put a fucking the big nose and the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Wear a hat, turn the hat backwards, turn around, take the coat off, go back, do whatever I need. I'm gonna figure out a way.
Right.
So people are gonna steal, man. You can keep reading actually.
Come on, okay, cool. I'll go back to it. I had 2nd Ezra 15. I'm gonna just hold that.
Yeah, hold on to that because we need that one too.
Come. All right, back in 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid.
That's right. That's that warning. Okay, and that warning's been going out.
Right.
Okay, and then soon you're gonna hear the warning coming from the actual powers that be. And when you hear it from them, it's gonna be way too late. Okay, right now you're hearing it from the prophets. Okay, and that just shows you that the grace is still here, mercy still afoot, but people aren't taking it they're taking it lightly. They're not taking it seriously. So, what do you think is going to happen in that day? They're going to be the ones that are going in there fighting for a loaf of moldy bread. Go ahead.
Verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
Yeah, friends are going to start fighting against each other now. People that you know and trust. And we will get to 2nd Ezra 15. You're going to see more of that. Okay, friends fighting against each other like they're actually enemies, but they've really been friends for 20 years. All right, neighbors. You watch their sons and daughters grow up, and they have sleepovers. You out the football. The what do you call it? The Super Bowl comes around. You having a barbecue. Everybody come over. Okay, Christmas come around. Everybody's Christmas party across the street. But wait till this shit happens, man. You just wait. When this shit happens, the way that we see it happening through the spirit, all that shit's gonna go out the window, bro. Facts. You have something to say?
No,
you got it.
Oh yeah. Read on.
Come. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
That's right. And we know that could be looked at twofold as well too. The springs of the fountains shall stand still in the sense of there ain't gonna be no more prophets out here prophesying, giving you the rivers of living water. But there's also gonna be in the sense of there ain't gonna be no actual water for a time period. It says 3 days before a time period. Everything's gonna be shut off. Ain't gonna be no food, ain't gonna be no water, ain't gonna be no nothing. All right, for a time period. And that should put deep fear in you. I don't know what's wrong with you people. Y'all don't see what we see. Okay, especially as close as we're getting. Each and every day that passes, you don't see these crackers doing what they're doing, bro. They're about to shut down America, dummy. Okay, and there's a way out. Again, the way out is through Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's not going to be like, oh, I need to buy a bug out kit. Let me buy 2 bug out kits, a bug out kit for each car, and each room in the house, each person. Look, that just shows you have no faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Now, if you want to buy one of those or 2 of those or whatever because you got a good deal on it, oh, that's different. Okay, but that's not going to save you ultimately. What's going to save you is your faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Hold on 1 second, brothers.
Because what the brother Ariel was saying was on point, man. Because you gotta think about it like this, man. You remember in the time of Egypt, In the time of Egypt, the Lord smote all the Egyptians, man. All right, with these different plagues. For instance, one of the plagues was that water would turn to blood.
Right.
All right. And guess where that plague affected all their water supplies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the river Nile, even affected the water that they had inside their houses. All right, sealed off their drinking water that they used throughout the day. The Lord fucked that shit up, man. All right, so like the brother Ariel was saying, all this bug out equipment and stuff like that. Now, granted, you wouldn't be, you're not crazy if you store up some extra stuff here and there, just in case. All right, nobody's saying nothing about that, but when you look at the average American man, they're relying on that. Okay, what it was just the other day, we seen a clear example of lack of faith when it came to the ISUPK members. When that one dude had a card and Tazariak passed it to the other dude.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the dude's name. I think it's Katazak or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
And then what did he started doing? He said what General Yohana said that we gotta deal amongst each other. We gotta, and all
Order
that.
out. He put an order out. He put an order out.
He put an order out, but it's like, damn, bro. How do you know you're gonna even be around? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When the shit that you need when all hell breaks loose, man. That's why we need faith. All right. That's why calling on Yahweh Shemal Shai and reading these stories and really getting familiarized with the accounts that are written is important, man. All right, we got to remember the scriptures tell us everything written aforetime was written for our learning. Okay, when we left Egypt, we didn't, we went out there and the Lord fed us with manna, man.
Right.
Okay, we didn't go starving. We didn't go thirsty. The Lord cleaved onto a rock and gave us water to drink. He made miracles happen, man. All right, and in this time that we're coming into, we're gonna end up seeing a real distinction, a real clear-cut separation, and who's really serving the Lord and who's not, man. Because those that are not, they're gonna be out there rioting, they're gonna be out there fighting each other. They're gonna be the ones, as we just read in that second Ezra 6, all right, where it says friends gonna be fighting one another, man.
That's enemies, yeah.
That's enemies. That's gonna be them, man. All right, because why? Their belly, man. Their belly, either their wives or either their children, man. All right, it's gonna cause a lot of them too to make a mistake,
Right.
a real mistake as they take a grave mistake to water, all right? A grave mistake, and they're gonna end up taking the chip. While as for us,
That's the point.
Isaiah 65, man, my servants shall eat.
Right.
All right, the Lord gonna keep us, man.
That's right.
Okay,
Hey, bro, you said what I was just gonna say, bro. All this is leading up to the R5D microchip, the MOTB. Okay, that's what all this turmoil is gonna lead to. We haven't gotten to it yet. And that's the thing. But when it happens, you're gonna know that the next step is because what Esau uses problem reaction solution. Okay, so they're gonna create a huge problem. They're gonna assess your reaction, and they're already gonna have the solution on the back burner. But before they bring forth the solution, a lot of you got to die, okay? And you're going to be begging Esau for some sort of relief, and he's going to come with the RFID microchip, okay? By what? Starving you out. He's a wicked man, bro. And he's going to starve you American people out to the point where you accept the MOTB because it's the only option for you to live. You completely lost faith in God, all right? You don't have faith in what you've learned in the scriptures. You don't care. You don't learn. You haven't learned anything. All right. Throughout your time in this truth, your time you had liberty to do whatever you want to do. Instead of learning and getting familiar with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you've been feeding your own belly. So now the time of trouble is here. You don't know what to do. Okay. So you're gonna be begging Esau Edom. All right. That's gonna be your God. Now he's gonna have the answer for you, and his answer is gonna be you gotta get this little microchip in your hand like this. All right. It's free. We're gonna give it to you. You're gonna have credits on there, and you can buy and sell. You can do whatever. You go right back to your old life. You miss your old life. You miss watching TV, going on the internet. Well, you can have that life back. Okay, but you gotta get this chip first. All right, and it's gonna sound like a good idea to a lot of you people because you're gonna be living in worse than poverty situations. You're gonna be scared. People are gonna be out here killing each other. Okay, breaking into each other's houses. You probably went days without eating. Okay, eating garbage. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
They go break it into each other's house because they ain't have no food. And when they break into the individual house and see that he has no food, they might even turn to eating him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If I could get this real quick, this is the book of Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 19, and verse 9, and it reads, "And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend
Mm.
in the siege and straightness wherewith their enemies, like it says, wherewith their enemies and they that seek their lives shall straighten them." So it's gonna get to a point, man, that friends are gonna become dinner,
Yeah.
literally, man. All right, just like those old cartoons we used to watch when we were younger.
Yep.
All right, when you have two friends sitting there in the middle of the desert or in the middle of an island. Let's use an island example. They're you know, they both washed up, they're stuck on the island.
Right.
All right, they haven't eaten for days, you know, and then all of a sudden one friend looks at the other friend and says, "Do you see that?" And he'd be like, "What?" "See a plate of chicken with gravy and mashed potatoes." And the friend be like, "Where?" And then you just see the one dude snatch your friend's arm and start chewing it. He's like, "Oh, you're biting my arm." He's like, "No, I'm not eating a piece of chicken."
Yeah.
You know, the Lord's gonna make me.
Delusions and shit.
Art imitates life, man. Them niggas put it in the TV, man. That's really what's gonna happen to you niggas for real, man.
Right.
Mm.
All
Yep.
right.
You look like a whole ham.
Yeah.
Man.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember those cartoons. I remember those shits, bro. I would watch them shit. Old Looney Tune cartoons, bro. They be on a deserted island and they'd be looking like a whole ham or a chicken drum or some shit like that. You get the fork and knife out and try to eat his friend. Okay, y'all don't know nothing about that kind of life, bro. That's what we're trying to tell you, bro. Y'all Americans, you don't know nothing about living like that day to day, and a lot of you are gonna have to endure that. Okay, and like your brother Shamar was saying, you're gonna practice cannibalism because in your eyes, there's gonna be no other way because you have no faith in the honesty and power. You don't have no faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So you think the Lord's gonna give you anything? He ain't gonna give you shit. You brothers got it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and plus these niggas got a taste for flesh anyways already in their system.
Oh.
Eating that bullshit McDonald's shit, man. If you brothers ain't never watched that Abe Finkelstein interview.
Yep.
Oh
He
yeah.
said they put human flesh in McDonald's burgers, man.
He said they've been doing that shit. That interview was freaking in the early 2000s.
Yep.
Those they've been doing it worse now. That's supposed to be a secret, and we know that it's a bunch of bullshit, dog. They try to lie and say, "Oh, no niggas do that shit, dog." Oh, missing children, all these missing children. Well, how many missing children there are annually in America? Let me look at that real quick.
Look it up.
Missing children, America, annually. A year. All right, let's go there.
I'm gonna put it. Hear me, Aria?
Yeah.
I put it up.
Oh. Yeah, you got it.
It says approximately 350,000 to over 460,000 children are reported missing in the U.S. annually.
Fucking insane, bro. Insane, bro.
You're right.
That's each year.
That shit says a child goes missing
Every minute.
It says a child goes missing every 68 seconds, dog. That's a minute and 8 seconds, bro.
God damn, dog.
That means if we do an hour video,
God damn, bro.
Countless children.
That's about 60 kids gone, bro.
Children gone, bro.
Like 60, 70 children gone.
Oh my lord, bro. So, and these are just rough estimates, but god damn, bro. What's happening to them? Who's doing it? Someone is pulling up in a van and taking these. Like, this is an evil place. And this man's telling you that they grinding them up and putting them in your food, bro. Now, we personally have no proof of that, but the man said it.
Right.
You know, he's somebody. Okay, he said it. That's what they doing. Okay, and I remember there was another interview about they were interviewing these little British kids that I guess there was saved from some sort of sex cult Illuminati bullshit, and they were saying, oh yeah, we gotta drink we gotta kill the baby and drink the blood of the baby.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Remember that one? Yeah, and those children weren't lying. Like, god damn, bro. Like, so this stuff is just happening all day, every day. Okay, unchecked. Okay.
You brothers heard what was in the dab, in the juice.
Oh, yeah.
Different stuff that was in the juice. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, don't let's not also forget homegirl. I forget homegirl name. The activist for climate control and carbon footprint when she was like, we gotta stop eating meat, but we gotta eat the babies.
Oh yeah.
Dornberg.
I forgot her name, but they eat the babies, bitch, man.
Eat the babies, yo. Oh my god, this place needs to be gone, bro.
So you gotta understand, man. This whole shutdown that we're about to face.
Yeah.
All right. The grid going down with the water crisis. The term day zero has been circulating in alternative media. All right, news media is a lot here. All right, so we gotta understand, but it's a famine coming, man. Farmers are suffering right now, all right, because of this war. Famine is being built up, man, and it's gonna push a lot of these wicked people out here, all right, to do things that they never thought they would do before. One thing is killing each other, man. All right, there's a lot of people who never put, the old saying of "I wouldn't kill a fly."
Right.
A lot of people are that soft. Let's just keep it real, man. You know what I'm saying? It breaks them to have to kill a cockroach or a spider in their house. They'd rather capture the spider or the bug and release it outside. These same individuals are gonna reach to a point where they're gonna be facing they're gonna have to face a very hard decision, man.
Yeah.
Whether to kill this guy for what he has, or to kill this guy to eat him, man.
Yeah, they're gonna do it, and they're gonna be throwing up.
Right.
They're
gonna catch their composure.
Yeah.
And they're gonna, run through the food, or they're gonna just chop that nigga up, man.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have that new look in their eye, like they just took a body, dog. And a lot of that out here.
Yeah, with that the 1,000-yard stare.
Oh yeah.
All right, a lot of you women out here, all right, since y'all ostriches anyways, y'all gonna be eating y'all children, man.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get that.
If I may, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, you got it, bro.
You had mentioned day zero. I looked it up. It says day zero is the critical moment. It says I put day zero meaning. It says AI overview. Day zero is the critical moment a city or region's water supply drops so low that municipal taps are turned off, forcing residents to rely on water rationing and emergency distribution points. Okay, so that we're getting close to day zero. They're going to turn off the water taps in your municipality. Imagine that. And once it's turned off, don't think it's going to come back on maybe like in a few hours. Okay, it's going to be off for a day, then 2 days, then 3 days, then it's going to go a whole week, and then it's going to go 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, if you're still even alive, you're gonna realize that it ain't coming back on anytime soon. Because also, imagine the water's turned off, but also the electricity's turned off. So you can't even really get an idea of what's going on because you ain't got no news unless you got a ham radio or something like that. Okay, this is where we're getting close to. We're getting close.
Which is funny. What's been being voiced, man? These other NATO countries have been blowing the whistle and telling people around the world and Americans to start stocking up on water now.
Yeah.
Buying mini portable hand radios now. Get you flashlights and batteries now because something big is about to come, man. All right, so here it is. The prophets are warning you, letting you know perilous times are on their way. But even America's allies are letting the world know that perilous times are on the way, man.
Yep.
You got it.
Russians people as poor as they're over there, they've been preparing for this day for years, bro. The Russian people preparing to be attacked. What you call it? United States has been threatening to attack Iranian water supplies and stuff like that. So, and that's not something you're supposed to do. But the United States is doing it to their enemies, and that's war crimes. So you don't think that these other nations won't do it over here. But what we believe is going to happen, we believe the United States are going to do it to themselves. They're going to do it to their own citizens. Okay, however it goes down, it's going to go down. Okay, your water will be turned off, and whatever water is around is going to be completely filthy, and you're going to have to figure it out. You got it back.
So you got it.
Okay. You want that Lamentation 4?
Oh yeah, if you can get that real quick.
It's Lamentation chapter 4. And
Start at 9.
Start 9. All right. I'm looking up. Lamentation 4 and 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's going to a lot of individuals are going to get to the point where they're going to be asking for death because, hey, man, you got to think about it. The average American, on average, I think, eats every 4 hours. Let me look that up, man.
Read now.
How often does the average American eat? Let's see. Goddamn, dog. These niggas eat so goddamn much, bro. It says the average American reports over 5 eating occasions, meals, and snacks per day, reflecting a shift away from traditional 3-meal days towards increased snacking and grazing. While 3 meals remain the standard structure, over 90% of adults consume 1 or 2 snacks daily, often peaking around midday and 6 p.m.
That sounds about right.
Yes, but they didn't tell me. Just tell me how often. But yeah, we get the point, man. These niggas eat a lot. But I wanted to see how long. Damn. All right, I know I'm gonna ask. Let's do this. How long is the average without eating? There you go. Let's ask that. You see this shit just it be tweaking, you know what I'm saying, in a day. It's like when you wanted to ask question.
Now it's sleeping time.
All right, bro. Whatever, bro. But bro said it, bro. I believe if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like two or between 2 to 4 hours.
Yeah, it's something roughly around there. Yeah.
All right, that the average American goes without eating.
Like that goes snacking. You get a little bag of chips or something like that.
Right. Like so imagine that these niggas go from eating 5 times a day, and the longest that they go throughout their day without eating is 2 to 4 hours, to having to go a whole day or maybe 3 days or maybe 4 days or maybe a week with no food.
They know nothing about fasting,
Nah.
Of any temperance. That's why they snack so much.
Niggas don't know how to fish. They don't know how to hunt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't know how to grow their own food. They're so used to the convenient lifestyle.
Yep.
Okay.
Laid back. So
a lot of them are going to be begging for death, man.
Yep.
And the Lord is telling you in that day it's going to be better to die by a sword. All right, than to go through the famine, man. Go ahead.
In Lamentations 4 and 9 from the top, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of fruits of the field.
Yeah, man, you're gonna pine away, man. You're gonna start seeing a lot of individuals, all right, shed weight fast, man.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. The body is gonna start to consume away their fat. A lot of obese motherfuckers out here in America. Okay. And that shit hurts. They're gonna hurt. All right.
Gonna feel that burn.
They're gonna feel the burn. They're gonna end up getting lethargic. All right, because they have no energy.
Yep.
All right, they're gonna just be laying there. You know, animals are gonna feast on them laying there.
Oh,
Okay. People are gonna take advantage of their weakness and eat them. I'm gonna keep mentioning it. We seen a glimpse of that in Venezuela a couple of years ago when they was going through their whole situation where people were standing in lines for hours for toiletry.
yeah, it's like 10 years ago or 20, like 12 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
'Cause I
15.
remember when we first seen that shit. We was at the in the brother Karab's living room, and we had ended up seeing a video of the Venezuelan jail or prison that was left alone. They left all the fucking prisoners in there. They didn't open the gate and freedom, and the prisoners were starving, so they started eating each other, man.
God damn.
Like eating them alive too. Not even like we seen the one dude on the ground. His eyes are open. He's alive, but he's lethargic. He can't move.
Yeah,
All right, and another nigga was on him eating his ear off, man. Like literally chewing it.
Yep.
All right, that's just gonna happen, man.
Ugh.
All right, and going back to you women, all right, y'all gonna end up having to cook your own children, man. Read the next verse.
Verse 10. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children.
Right, these are pitiful women. These are the soft, delicate, tender women that deal with their children, man. Even they're going to be put in a predicament where they're going to have to consider eating their own children, man. Because guess what? Some of them probably relied on their husband or their older brother or their father. But as the scriptures tell us, that a lot of these women are going to be left here alone because their husbands or their providers or protectors are going to be carted off to war to die, man.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says they were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people.
Yep. That's the point.
Meat. They were meat. Yeah, that's a scary situation, man. And you mentioned the women, all right. And some of these women, they gonna get kidnapped by the neighbor up the block and thrown in the basement.
Yep.
Okay. And you mentioned eating someone alive. They'll just flay the flesh off you, literally, while you chained up. Take little bites of you. Edomites are crazy, man. Jake is crazy. You don't think Jake will do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jake will most certainly do that.
You didn't get that second Ezra 15?
Nah, I was still holding it.
Before you get that,
Yeah.
let me read this in second Ezra 16.
Come on.
I'm gonna read a few of these passages. You can stop me anytime. I'm gonna start at second Ezra 16. I'm gonna start at verse 18. I'm gonna read on down. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You know, Jake don't listen. So all these things are happening on the earth to get you to turn back to the Lord and repent. But yeah, Jake ain't gonna lose. So you're gonna get overtaken by these plagues, man. And was one of the plagues, the main plague being one of the main plagues is famine, starving to death. Okay, when the shit goes down. All right, reading on, it says, behold, verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Yep. Hey, if I may add on to you, Akia, because that right there, all right, we're starting to see, we seeing that take place, all right, victuals are cheap upon the earth, all right, they think they're in a good case, but we're starting to see that fire and the heat rise, all right, things are starting to get expensive, All right, things are starting to get scarce. All right, so that good case is slowly but surely, all right, peeling off. Okay, that's what we're seeing right now. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
That's where we are right now. Exactly. You can still buy things. The stores are still technically open. Not all the stores are closed. Stores are closing, but they're not all closed. You can go here and buy that. You may have to go a little further. You may have to go, but you still gas in the gas stations. All right. So you think everything it'll be fine. It'll bounce back.
right?
But read on. Oh, I'm reading. But it says they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So
Right.
even though it seems like everything can get better, it's not going to get better. More is going to get worse. The sword is going to come, which is violence. All right, which may come from your neighbor, it may come from a trooper, whatever the case. It come from biker gang or whatever, a gang of teenagers. Who knows? Violence is coming. It says
That's right.
famine, which we're talking about. Everything will be closed up. The brother Shamar just mentioned that people don't know how to clean water. People don't know how to fish. People don't know how to hunt, clean a dead animal. Okay, you don't have those skills. Okay, so what if you do? You find an animal and you ended up killing it. What are you gonna do? You know how to skin it. You know how to do all that shit. You have the stomach to do that shit.
Right.
Read it on. Yeah, so you want to say something about that?
Now, if I made to speak on verse 21 towards the end, it
Yep.
says, it says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Keyword grow. You
Mhm.
know, the scriptures talk about in the book of Ezekiel that the evil has come. We are in evil times, man, bad times, but they're going to grow. Means, aka intensify. All right, it's going to get worse. You know, like Apostle Hart said recently, I believe it was last week. I was watching one of his lessons. He was basically going into it's gonna get worse. All right, it's worse now, and it's gonna get even worse. You know, it's
Yep.
not gonna get better. All right, the time of it getting better, that's over. All right, there's no bouncing back.
No more bounce back, man. Elder Juan is a great evil
Evil,
gonna
right?
grow upon earth. Great evil. Muahaha. Yeah, that's the time we coming into, dog. Like, yeah, we laughing and joking about it, but we have faith in our Lord. He's gonna take care of us. I don't know about. I can't say the same for y'all because y'all is out here wilding, dog.
Right.
Y'all not doing nothing for the Lord. We over here, we tapped into the Spirit, so we're not afraid. We understand that this is coming, and the Lord's gonna protect somebody. All right,
Right.
we feel like that somebody's us. Go ahead.
Mhm.
You gonna say?
No, I was just agreeing with you, brother.
Oh, yeah. So we ain't tripping over that, bro. We actually wanted to come because the sooner it comes, the quicker we could get the hell out of here into our kingdom. So we're literally waiting patiently for this famine to come and these horrible prophecies to come to pass. Not like we just love death. Like that's not the case with us. We don't say we just love people starve to death. Like no, we know it has to happen. If it doesn't happen, we're gonna be here forever.
Right.
Suffering under the so-called white man. No, so these things have to happen. The society needs to get shut down. All this stuff needs to get shut down. The dollar needs to crash. All this stuff needs to happen. Okay, and there's going to be great suffering on the earth. All right, but if it doesn't happen, then we're just going to be here perpetually suffering regardless, because everybody's suffering right now as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, going back, it said, "Oh darn it, what did I do? Oh, I went to the wrong thing." Going back, it says, verse 22. Here's the point. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." Going back to Lamentations, the fourth chapter. All right. It is better for you to die by the sword than to die by hunger. Okay. So if you escape the famine, then the sword's gonna get you. All right. It's still not gonna be a pleasant thing. Trust us on that. People come over here and chase you down, take your life. You know, in the woods, so no one can help you. This is what it's gonna be absolute chaos out here in the streets of America, man. In a little suburb, wherever little suburb you live in, that shit ain't gonna be safe. Ain't gonna be no police officers, no fire department, no EMS. Okay, even the hood is bad now. Well, the hood might actually have a better chance because black people they'll end up coming together to an extent, trying trying to help the community. And y'all crackers gonna lose your mind.
Some nigga gonna fish some catfish for the hood,
Right?
Fish fry.
Yep. They might have a better chance. The Hispanic community, they're gonna bug. Eventually, everybody's gonna bug out. But I can see it. I can see how it's gonna happen in high end communities, man. Y'all gonna bug out because these people, these so-called white people, they don't really know suffering like that. They don't know what it's like to get their lights shut off for a week or something like that, or to really be hungry, not be able to afford anything. Jake has been through that at one point or another. We haven't been through a famine, but we've been through, we've all felt hunger. Okay, so a lot of people out there, they're gonna bug out because they never felt hunger like this, and a lot of them are fat too. A lot of them are the overweight. They gotta use the you go to the Publix, you see them on the cart.
Yeah.
They got diabetes. Their ankles all swollen and all that.
Niggas smell like putrefying sores and shit, man.
And they have putrefying sores. If they were to take their clothes off, not to get graphics. A lot of these people that suffer from that stuff, diabetes, they got sores on their bodies, and that are just festering. Okay, for whatever reason. Okay, they scratch. Maybe they got a mosquito bite and they scratched it, and it opened up and it just never closed because their body's all shutting down. So imagine when the famine comes, man. They're going all types of maggots and stuff. It's just gonna stink. And when these people actually start dying and killing over, those big bloated McDonald's filled people, it's gonna smell so bad.
Yeah, it is, bro.
I hate to mention that, but just throwing that out there because you're gonna run into one of them corpses.
Yeah.
You're gonna smell that corpse from fucking that shit could be a quarter mile away. Smell that shit, dog.
3 cities out. You being modest.
Somebody smells like shit.
Yeah, somebody smells like shit. Because that was it on there.
Yeah, that was the point.
You can get that.
I'm gonna second is 15.
Yes, sir.
I'll read.
You
want me to read it? Yeah. All right. This is the book of 2 Ezra 15 and verse 14.
Actually, you know what? You can start like at maybe 6, and then read a couple of those verses, and then skip on down to 14.
All right. Hold on.
Slack you.
Nah, you get Jake gotta go digital for that one, bro.
Okay.
So my first 12
was ripped out.
No, my verse 11 is through.
Okay.
I'm sorry, verse 5. That's what I was thinking about.
Nah, you good. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction."
Exactly. So that's just a warning. The Lord's telling you. These things are coming, bro. Like the sword, famine, death, and destruction, man. Because the sword and the famine is going to bring death and destruction, man.
Right.
But you can skip on down.
I'm gonna read verse 6. It says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled."
That's right, bro. Yeah, it's not. How much more wicked is gonna get? It's at its damn near apex, So his wickedness has covered all 4 corners of the earth. This place is completely defiled. Okay, the Lord is not going to just allow this place to continue in this manner. Eventually, these plagues are going to start hitting the earth to cleanse it. All right, this is a warning. The Lord is warning the people. When it gets to a certain point, then the Lord's going to intervene, and you're going to see it. You're going to know by the way of these signs, such as famine being one of the signs. Okay, when you see great famine on the earth, then you know the Lord's about to come back, man. So this is where we're at. You got it?
Yep. Verse 7 says, "Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually."
That's the elect. All right, the elect, you brothers and you sisters out there that believe and call upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You see these things coming because you've been watching the videos and different lessons from the Akim and the elders. So you've been tapped in. So you're crying unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You begging him. I don't want my family to die of famine. But we shall Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Have mercy upon me, my household. Have mercy upon the elders. Have mercy upon the brothers, the prophets, and the true believers, whoever they may be on this earth, because we don't want the righteous to be overtaken by such a judgment as that. That's something wicked people have to suffer. And that shouldn't be something the elect, the true believers and worshipers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua should suffer. So we pray and we cry unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to spare us from that judgment. Okay, all the time. Okay, because we see, because this shit is just getting clearer every day, dog. We see that this shit's happening. And again, we don't see how you motherfuckers don't see it, dog. Blind as fuck, dog. I don't understand how y'all don't see that this place is about to fall violently, bro. And y'all all gonna get caught up in this shit. But the elect is gonna be straight, because the Lord is gonna protect us if we be of that number. Lord willing, we are. You got it?
Jumping down to verse 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." You got it up.
So yeah, woe to the world and those that dwell therein, man. All right, which woe goes into destruction. Destruction is coming. All right, upon those. All right, the sinners, the wicked. The scriptures also mention about great miseries coming upon the planet Earth because of their pride. So that's what we see in. All right, the brother Shamar started at verse 5, where it mentioned the different plagues that the Lord is going to send, which these plagues are upon the planet Earth. Okay. And they're just going to get worse and worse as time goes by.
Mm-hmm. Verse 15, it says, "For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands."
Right. So you're going to see people out here, all right, getting into conflict, all right, fighting one another, all right, killing one another, all right, via, the sword, whether it be a gun, all right, knives, whatever, man. All right, the love of many waxing cold. You go into that word, I believe is the word cold in the BLB. It means psycho. All right, people's spirit and their vibration is soon going to change, man. Because what? Lack of food. All right, trouble. A time like never before. All right, an actual time like never before. A time never seen upon the planet Earth is coming. Okay.
Verse 16, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
Right, you're starting to see the people now, man. All right, starting to regret voting for DJT. Okay, just like they were. What you said, brother?
Is it too late?
It's too late now. All right, just like you regretted back when Joe Beasy was in office. You regretted. You said, "Man, I wish we voted for DJT." Now DJT sold you a dream. Now you got him back in. All right, and the same dream that he sold you, it's not here, man. All right, he did not stand on his word. Now look at him. He's causing you to go through more hell because of him. All right, gas prices are to the roof because of him. All right, you can't get no food. All right, because of him, you can't really get any money. You struggling out here. Hurt. All right, which now you're not taking heed to those in authority, was going to lead to what? What the scriptures also say in the book of 2 Ezra, people are going to be uproaring, all right? People going to be fighting, people going to be mad, all right? The purge all over again. You ever watch the first purge? That's what you've seen,
Verse 17, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able."
Them lockdowns, all right? We've seen that in 2020, all right? And it's going to come back as well.
Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid."
So, hey, man, houses going to be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. People going to be breaking into people's houses, looking for food, looking for resources, all right? People that, like brothers mentioned, certain of these people are too scared to even kill a fly, kill a roach. These same people are going to need to jump into a new way,
A new
road. Okay, for water. Jump into a new road. Do the unexpected, something they thought they would never do in their lives.
Yep, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right. So Tommy is gonna break into Jose's house. All right, and they've been neighbors for 10 plus years. All right. They seen each other's children grow up. All right, graduations. All right, birthday parties, weddings. All right, signed offs and farewells, going to college.
Yeah.
They seen all of that, man.
They even been to each other's parents' funerals and shit.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You know, some of them. Hey, what was your son? That's my godson. You know,
Yeah.
when got that close, the relationship being that close. Well, that same relationship, all right, and those past experiences, those are going out the window soon, man. Okay, those things are not going to matter. Those things are going to be not okay to Tommy and Jose. All right, because now we got to survive. I got to take care of myself. I got to take care of my children. You know. So these are the times that we're entering into, man. All right, people bugging out. All right, people bugging out. People just being lawless, and this is just the beginning. It's gonna get 100 times worse.
We
Okay,
ain't there yet. We're not there yet. Yeah.
we're not there yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about yet. You're gonna see.
The pot is starting to boil. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the water's heated and starting to boil. It's those micro bubbles right now, but it's gonna heat up soon. You know.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Read that last verse again,
Shoot.
if you got it.
Verse 19 says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Yeah, great tribulation, lack of bread and great tribulation. Okay, and again, these are things that you really don't understand as being an American. Okay, this is things that people across the world have constantly been suffering. All right, so Babylon the Great, America is going to feel it, and since you're not used to it, you're not going to know how to react. And so everything that the brothers are saying, you think it's far fetched. We're here to tell you that it's going to become a reality. All right, so if you Israelites out there that are just now tuning in and finding out you're an Israelite, okay, we've told you the name of the Lord. We told you what you need to do. We told you everything that's coming. Okay, the only thing you had to do is have faith in these words. Okay, and Lord willing, the Heavenly Father have mercy upon you because it's nothing that we can do. Only thing we can do is warn you about it. That's it. You know, we could say the same. We're gonna bring up the same Bible verses every single day in hopes that somebody new watches. It's the only thing that we can do. Okay, can't save you. I can't bring you into my house. We ain't doing all that. All right, the relationship you have between you and the Heavenly Father and the Son, that's a personal thing. All right, and if you haven't built it up yet, the doors of repentance are still open. You can build it up starting today. But if you think it's a bunch of bullshit and I know what I'm doing, government ain't gonna shut down. Y'all bunch of doomsday. All right, y'all can say what you want to say. All right, but just know you've been warned. Anything else, brothers?
That's it, bro.
All right. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying unto you brothers and your few sisters out there. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. And again, double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS, Great Millstone. Salute to you brothers out there pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. And shalom to the rest of the elect out there. Please.
Shalom.
Till next time.
You good, Ariel?